Hello, everybody. Happy Friday! It is Friday. It's exciting. I have a hat. Trying out something new on stream. Some fashion. Don't tell anybody. I have very little fashion sense, so thanks for bearing with me. Figured I'd play through some alts and do some alting work. I can introduce everybody on my stream to far too many characters I neglect on Landroval. Helting, my main, my first character to level cap. Took me about 6 years. Not quite. 5 years. Took me about 5 years to get the level cap with Helting. I play slow, but I developed a lot of these other characters along the way too, so figured I would jump in and maybe do a little house cleaning. But first, some actual content. I also need to make sure I can fish on all of them, because fishing's important. And there's new fishing in Update 22. It's very exciting. The other thing this is some kind of test to see if I can stream during the week. I realize it's Friday, it's already the end of the week, but I'm gonna try it. Hey look, Mordor dailies. Hey, it's Hologro. Hello, Hologro Silverbrook. I know Hologro. Isn't that awesome? Complete 4 allegiance quests. Alright. Defeat spiders, well that's an easy one to do. Go to each of the halls. Let's do them backwards since I'm already here. Erebor, the hall under the mountain. Very cool place. Just gonna get rid of that window. Very cool place. Unload the cart on the road. Alright, unload a cart. That seems easy. Go see what the elves want. It's funny, the elven instance is like ridiculously small compared to the other ones. It's very small. Defeat hostile foes in Telith Uri. That also seems fairly easy to do. What am I supposed to do? Quest in Lingris and Telith Uri. Alright. And go visit the king in Gondor. Thank God for fast travel. I can't imagine what this would look like without it. It would be wrong. Very wrong. Defeat salamanders or rockworms, or defeat fire drakes. Well, who doesn't like defeating fire drakes? That sounds like fun. Oh, do I have a fishing rod? Whoops. Fishing rod. I do. +4 Leberthron fishing rod. Dum dum dum. Crazy music. What do I have to do here? Oh, defeat hostile foes. So that's easy enough to do. And I should be able to get fire drakes. Whoops, don't go that way. Wrong way, Helting. Focus. There's a fire drake. Can I get to him? Yes. Defeated foe 3 of 20. Apparently I have some other quest going on here too. That's fine, I'll do that one too. I'm not opposed to more rewards. Not in the least. You have not found your way out to Mordor yet. It is quite a treat. It is very hard. Extreme Marine, how are you? Good day, sir. Nice to see you. Happy Friday to you. Hopefully your week went well, if a week it is. I always assume people's weeks look just like mine, Monday to Friday, then the weekend. Of course, that's not true. That is not always the case. You're well? Awesome. You woke up every day? That is definitely a win. Sometimes you just got to count the small victories. I don't normally stream on Friday afternoons, but I thought I should give it a try. So I'm glad you stopped in. How's your LotROing going? I know you're getting back into streaming and getting into LotRO a bit more. How's that going? It's going. The grind is real. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It is. What parts do you find in particularly grindy? Because I find that all parts can be found to be grindy. But then sometimes you can find ways to make it a little less of a chore. The whole game. Well, hopefully the questing isn't too bad. I mean, the questing is meant to be enjoyable as you travel through it, so. Just starting all over again. Seen a lot of this before, so not as exciting at the lower levels. Yeah, that's a tough thing to get through. There are certainly certain areas that I look at and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that again. Kind of want to rush through them. One thing I find that helps, especially if you're playing more than one character, is to kind of pick a path for whatever your character you're playing. This character is basically my main character, Helting. So I essentially did everything I possibly could with him. But every follow-up character, I pick things I'm just going to skip. It's like, I'm just not going to do that. Or, I'm not worried about that deed, or I'm not worried about that zone, or whatever the case may be. Alright, I finished one of these. Gotta go back to the Hall of the King. Talk to Candathiel by the crossroads. Oh, that guy's up ahead of me. My goal is to complete quests and deeds in each area before moving on too far. That's how I was before, but I'm gonna try and do it this way this time. Yeah, that's a tough goal. They've certainly stacked a lot of things to do into every area. In some of the areas, like if you look at the North Downs and the Lone Lands, those are sort of meant to be one or the other. And for free-to-play players, you would buy one of them, you would get to level, whatever, 35, which takes you to Evendom, and then you wouldn't do the other one. But then on your next tune, you might then end up buying the other zone, the other content in the other zone. So I think, you know, it gets grindy, especially when it's like, oh man, I got to do this other area, and it looks just like the area I came from, and they were sort of meant to be alternatives, I think, more than anything. I need a few more bad guys here. Did you say you started playing when the game came out 10 years ago? 11 years ago now, I guess? Many moons ago? It was a blast. That's cool. Yeah, I missed out on the... Admittedly, I was very busy in real life around 2007. So I probably wasn't looking for a game to play. But I've been into MMOs for 20 years. I played Ultima Online in the beta in 1997. And so I've been into these online games every year since then. And my love for them has never diminished. Especially anything that lends itself to kind of a sandboxy type play style, like UO, which admittedly, LotRO isn't really like. LotRO is sort of sandboxy in that it is so massive. There's so much content to do. You can sort of go in and carve your own path. But honestly, the LotRO for me is all about the story. I've become a hugely obsessed Tolkien fan, partly because of this game. And then the game just sort of, I get into the books and I read more of the books and it reinforces my love for the game and the cycle continues. He's on active duty, I didn't have time. Yeah, I can imagine. That would be tough. All right, I can go back to the court of Celeborn. Fast travel for the win. Oh yeah, I never got into that. I don't know why. I didn't get into it until after the free-to-play model happened. I don't even know exactly when that was. And then I was kind of on and off for like a year or two. I'd play for a few months and get frustrated and leave and then come back. But at some point in time, they got their hooks into me and I've never been a week without it. All right, head to Lingris. So active duty in 97, was that in the Persian Gulf then? If you don't mind me asking, I don't mean to pry too deeply into your personal life. If I ask questions you don't want to answer, just tell me to shut up. I'm okay with that. Perch. Wait. Find the Sons of Stone. I want to follow this path. Whatever this guy takes me. That way. In 15 years. Wow. Good for you. And good for everybody else. Ooh, that sounds like a tough job. The Dwarven Sons of Stone. Well, after your epic amount of grinding, look what awaits. Aren't you motivated now? I mean, look at this. We have bile-filled rivers, waterfalls. We have things called Ungol burrowers and maggots, carrion flies. Telling you, Mordor is where it's at. I'm motivated to see the later parts of the game with raids. Yeah, group content is super fun. It's not something I've been good at. Despite the fact that I'm sitting here streaming myself on the internet, I'm actually quite shy, so I never really get into... Never been very good at getting into groups in games. Oops. Bring the remaining equipment to Unvith, just north of the crow feeders. Oh, right here. Just hanging out on the side of the road. Done. Yeah, the group content's a lot of fun when you get into it. I got myself into a bunch of kins that are concentrating on doing group content at level for older zones that is no longer at level cap. And those things can be really fun, and I've never done it before, so I've got a character all the way to level cap, but I never did the end game content around Angmar or anything like that, so. So a lot of this, I'm now doing that content for the first time on level. What server are you playing on? Extreme? Is that how you shorten your name? Extreme? Extreme. You need like fancy stream graphics that are like the crazy, like the mattress ad salesperson. Extreme prices, new, lower, never will be this way again. Something like that. Maybe that's not what you're going for. Woohoo! Mordor dailies are done. And I think I get a key.
How may I help you, friend?
I missed your last question. What server are you on? Mostly. $240? What else did I get? $240 ash and a level 338 pocket item, although I'm pretty sure the pocket item I got is better. Wow, look at the finesse on that though. 10,000 finesse. I'm an Arkenstone. I have some tunes on Brandywine. Hey, Rembenis. Yeah, I'm building out some tunes on Arkenstone too. I don't know what is better here. I gotta believe my 2 item is better than this. It's like 1800 vitality compared to 800 plus vitality? 1300? Yeah, I'd lose like 500 vitality. Happy Friday, Rem. Hope things are going well in your world. Well, I think I'm going to do what I usually do, and I'm going to lock it, and I'm just going to sit on it and think about it. Those were my Mordor dailies. My stream title said I might be doing fishing. However, this character's actually at max fishing already. The only thing I haven't done is all my deeds. Hobbies. Only got 2 sturgeon and 1 trout. Somehow I managed to get to 200 fishing though. Gonna be lurking? No worries, Extreme. Take care. Thanks for chatting. Always fun. Nice to see you. All right, well, that's one character. Oh, actually, before I log off, I want to do Saragost as well at 105. I cannot possibly do tier 2 in this character.
Deep in the heart of Saragost, Clyrith the Stained prepares to unleash a second great plague upon the realms of men. Any hope of thwarting her lies on the intrepid few, led by Rangers LotRO and Fire, who have gained entry to her doorless keep.
Come on, everybody, get close. Oh, screwed that one up. Trick to minstrel DPS, get everybody close together. Whoa. And keep your camera lined up.
It seems you have failed in your task. We have uninvited guests.
Well,
Perhaps you should get to your task then, sister. Entertain them.
Ugh. Must I do everything?
spoiled brats,
If you
these kids. I
insist,
swear.
we shall do this together.
Allow me some revelry, brother.
Oh man, I thought I would have taken him. So close.
Come for it.
I got a cap. $60 more ash. Interesting, there's a trigger in this room that must be right around here somewhere. It calls the rangers in and starts like the next phase. Of course, range tunes can take out most of the room before then.
Five brave little mice scamper into the cat's den. Brave, foolish little mice.
Foolish little mice.
I'm afraid I have no time to play with you. My great plague is finished, and it is
no,
time
the
to
Great
rain
Plague is finished.
death upon my enemies. Dulgameth, my dear, come out.
The
and
plague is
deal
finished.
with
She's going to
these
rain
pests.
death. Literally. She's going to rain death. Sorry. I've done this instance 100 times. That's the first time I picked up on that little pun. Assuming that rain is exactly how you deliver a plague. And Dulgabeth is finished. Fragment of Gorgoroth Dungeons. And another pocket item. This pocket item I know I don't want. No, I don't want that one. Wait, I got another one down here. Well, I know I don't want the 337 now that I got a 338. That's easy. Mostly 100 ash. Nice. Which ash do I have? 3,800. Smash down.
Persistent little mice, aren't you?
Persistent
As you
little
wish.
mice.
Come and face my wrath.
No, I'm going to hide in the corner. I'm not going to face your wrath. Your wrath is probably bad for my health. Me play with Gravity 42? If you have 115 character on Landreval? Right now, buddy. I'm just cleaning up some alts and doing some housekeeping. I usually don't stream on Fridays, so I thought I might give it a shot. I knocked off work a little early since I was working at home. Figured I'd jump on and start streaming.
You struggle against the very hand of fate, fools. I will have my justice.
There she
Gondor
is.
will pay for Sauron's
The
death.
demon we've been listening
and you
to.
can do nothing to stop me. Come, my pets. My greatest work is ready.
Go get her. Get her, Rangers. Radrog. Fire on. Attack. Good job.
Let us dance, mortals. You are powerless to stop me.
Whoa. You mean to, like, literally destroy it? Oh, stop stunning me.
No! All my plans, all my plague, undone. But I am not finished. Oh no. I promise you this. When you think your battle's won, when you think your loved one's safe, when the horrors of Senecost are a faded memory, and I am but a lingering nightmare, then I will come for you, and yours will be a slow and painful death. Goodbye, and sweet dreams.
Ah, she has a flair for the dramatic. That is some of the best voice acting in this game. I hope they get her back a lot. Assuming a woman did the voice. I assume it was. Well, that was ominous. See, even Rodrog agrees. That was ominous. So what did I get? Not much. No scrolls. No scrolls. My hunter's also at 115. So I'll jump on him now and do Saragost. Clean up my bank. My embarrassingly large vault. Since I buy storage like crazy. So I can't go through the fountain here. Should probably stay out of the fountain. That's a bit rude. Oh look, Hobbit gifts. What do I get? Fathom Hunter's armor. Yet again.
Well met.
Way too much stuff. Black adamants. Oh, I should also... Can you do Arc? I can. I don't. I play Arc a little bit. One of my characters on there is the main one I stream on the official channel. And some crafting. You know, the interesting thing about streaming when you're like just doing some odds and ends with characters is that you get a timer. I mean, I realize you can't see what I'm pointing at. You can't even see that I'm pointing, for that matter. But I'm pointing at the timer. Because OBS, the software that you use to stream, tells you how long you've been online. So it tells me that I've been sitting here in this character for 45 minutes. So, you know, the 10-minute task that I had to do in this character is now 45 minutes in. Isn't that always how it works, right? Oh, I know what I wanted to do. The other thing about Mordor is you get these weird crafting. The recipe's free, but it's got a cooldown of 18 hours. So basically it's daily. So I can do one of those pieces of leather. And then, of course, you need several of those to craft the high-end items. At least they're not bound. I keep making them. To be honest, I haven't been using them, so I could probably sell them eventually. But can you tell I'm into crafting? Wait till you see my jeweler. You want to see crazy amounts of raw resources just sitting around? Where am I storing you? Right there. Speaking of my jeweler is a character named Herstor. A hunter. I call him my neglected hunter. Wait, where'd he go? Right there. Herstor, my neglected hunter. You definitely, your chest organized? Yeah, on other servers, I actually started organizing it differently. So instead of organizing it, like that chest was like cook, tailor, woodworker, metal. So I stuffed metal for both the armor and the weaponsmith and the weaponsmith and the metalsmith together. But on other servers, I started doing it differently. So I'd put like all the recipes in one bag and then all of the raw materials in one bag, it actually works not too bad as well. But yeah, I'm kind of an organized person. I won't tip my camera down at my desk, because if I did that, you would see that I'm not actually an organized person. Here's her store. Beautiful Dunland Cosmetics. Dunland has the best cosmetics in the game. Oops. Ah, you can go over there. Yeah, so this guy has like, what does he have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 2,400 raw zircons. I'm not exactly sure why. But there it is. A little overly abundant. That is for sure. You're definitely, what works better? I think the latter one works better. So instead of grouping things by target, this is actually interesting because I only have one jeweler. So I actually use this chest for, it's not just jewels, it's her store. So basically if another character has something to give her store, it just jumps it in the jewels. So it looks like it's organized by crafting, but really it's organized by character. But I'm VIP, so I don't know why I don't just mail them. Oh, speaking of which, what is this week's code? Oh, attack damage. But I'm not sure. I collect all these things. You can tell how bad I am at auctioning things. Like I've gotten all these tombs of vitality, tombs of everything, and I'm like, I don't know why I'm keeping these. I'm never going to buy the lower ones. I need to, I should probably put those in the auction house. Oops. Master Jeweler. I have all of those. So this guy can also make that special. Barto, thanks for the follow. He just comes in, throws up a follow. Say hi if you're in chat. Hey, there you are. I'm good. How are you? Oh, I got rid of all my black adamants. I need one or two. I guess I need one. Good. Just started playing LotRO. Any tips for a new ranger? Tips for a new ranger. I assume you mean hunter, since that is the typical ranger class. Actually, you know, I'm thinking about it hard. There's a few guys in our community. One notable one, Bloodborne, very good streamer, quite popular, extremely good player. He knows this game. He knows this game really, really well. And people will all quite often jump in, and he's doing extremely well, and he's got a champion, and he kills everything in sight, and boom, boom, and people are like, "Oh my God, I just started playing. Get any advice?" And he immediately, without pause, just said, "Just take your time. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the ride." That's probably the best advice I can give to anybody just starting out in this game. Don't get too hung up on doing it right. Enjoy it. My main character that I first got to level cap, I probably took 4 or 5 years to do it. And when I was finished, I looked back and I went, I got to do another character because I just rushed through it. So even taking 4 years to go through all the content, I felt like I rushed through it at the end. And it's pretty easy to rush because you get goals in front of you and you want to run for the goals. But it's not, yeah, I mean, general advice, I would just say find the enjoyment and focus on the enjoyment. Why do I don't have any of these. It's weird. This actually is a hunter. So if you're just starting out, you want to, you sort of probably want to focus on blue or red line. So when you pick a trait line, you're going to end up focusing on one of these. Solo questing, like to get through levels of quest, to get through quest chains and whatnot in the landscape, like landscape questing. Blue line is great. It allows you to move fast. You can move while hunting. You don't have to stop. You do quite a bit of damage. Red line has the kind of real big ones down here, this is Rain of Arrows, which allows you to hit a lot of targets. So you can jump in. This Heartseeker does a terrific amount of damage, but it's also got a 2-minute cooldown, so you just use it once. Like a lot of people don't even slot it, like I didn't. So my other trait line looks like this. So it is also blue line, except it's multi-target. So I have 2 blue line specs. And again, when you go down this, don't worry about, pick what you feel is going to work for the next near term, because respecialization just costs gold, which you're going to end up with a bunch of. So don't worry about that. Are you free to play or are you VIP? And I am going to jump into your free to play. So just let me go outside here for a second. The map works a little bit better when you're outside. So I'll bring up the map. So you're going to start in, what race did you pick? Streams in the, hey, Holland MF, welcome. Thank you. So you're going to start either in like Breland or an Arid Luin, depending on the race you picked. I'm an elf? Okay, so you started over here. So they took you through the They took you through the little starter area and they dropped you on. Oh, hey, thanks for the bits. Thank you. It's very kind. They probably dropped you in Colundum down here. And then, you know, you're going to quest up kind of in around this area. You're not going to get into this. The dwarves end up starting out over here and they come into this area and they kind of go through the same. It's the prologue which gets you into volume 1, which will then take you out to Breland, and then you'll work Breland and you'll head out. You'll do some of the old forest. You can go sort of into the Shire if you want. There's tons of content right around where you're going to be questing. Right, you're going to see the quest rings pop up. You don't have to worry about doing all of it. You know, you can look at it, and if suddenly you picked up a quest and then you just ignored it, don't worry about it. That's fine. The epic quests obviously are the most important to just run through. And for free to play, the epic quests will guide you. So the epic quests will guide you into new areas as you travel through them. And that's sort of what I'm talking about with this. Oops. You know, the epic quest will take you from Erdwin to Breland. And then from Breland, it'll drop you into the Shire and you'll spend some time in the Old Forest. And then you'll come back to Breland. And then you'll head to the Lone Lands. There's a bunch of other side quests you can get around there. I'm not that familiar with free-to-play content. I gotta find the... First time here, but saw the vids. Oh, that's cool. There's a bunch of free-to-play content in and around Breland, the Shire, Erdwin. I think it might include some of the Lone Lands, but then you're going to have to buy. That'll get you to like level 30 or so, and then you're going to have to start buying something. But you don't. Just so you know, it's going to happen. You'll get to an area and you're going to get quest rings. And the quest rings will turn into you have to buy this area. And that's the free-to-play model. Just so you know it's coming. You'll earn a whole bunch of LotRO points along the way. So for free-to-play, if you go in and say, like Neeker Breaker Slayer, I never finished this, but if I finish this deeds, I'll get 5 LotRO points, and then if I finish these other ones, like you get all up. Hey man, thanks for the bits. You'll get a bunch more LotRO points. So by the time you end up at about level 30, you should have a few LotRO points stored up, and at that point, you should probably be able to afford some of the content. And then you can either go into the Lone Lands or the North Downs. The epic quest line is all free, so you can ignore buying the zone, right? You don't, like the North Downs has a bunch of quests, but you don't have to buy the zone. You can still do the epic quest through here without buying the content for this area. The quests are just one of the easiest ways to level, so you may want to spend LotRO points on that content when you get there. But until you're like level 20 or 25, you really don't have to worry about it, just so you know that it's coming. Hey, thanks for the bits. You're welcome. No, I'm glad I could help. There's and keep coming back to Twitch. The LotRO community on Twitch is like fantastic. Even All Up Enya, he's a great streamer to watch. Brembenis is a great streamer to watch. Extreme Marine is a great streamer to watch. There's probably about 4 or 5 or 8 other LotRO streamers online right now because Fridays is a really popular time to stream. And many of those people, especially the LotRO stream official channel, you will find lots of people more than happy to answer questions and help you out. Olip's laughing. Yeah, I gave you a compliment, Olip. fine, man. I was gonna jump on Saragost here. Any level cap characters in on Landroval logged in right now? What server are you? I'm on Landroval. Oh, Barto, what server are you? Arkenstone. Sorry, I completely missed the question. Yeah, Arkenstone's a great server. You'll find lots of... I mean, they all are. The server merges happened, what, 2 years ago? And all the servers ended up being... I think all the servers today are considered to be fairly well populated. I'm going to jump into one of these daily repeatables.
Deep in the heart of Saragost, Clyrith the Stained prepares to unleash a second great plague upon the realms of men. Any hope of thwarting her lies on the intrepid few, led by rangers Rodrog and Fyron, who have gained entry to her doorless keep.
You're feeling a bit better? That's good to hear, Olive. Let me guess, you probably couldn't take any time off work because things would have fallen apart, so. Now you get to rest all weekend? Some weird server lag going on here. Or something. Stayed home for 2 days after Monday, but worked home all day. Oh, okay. We've had... No worries, Brent.
Brother, it seems you have failed in your task. We have uninvited guests.
Let the monologue go.
Perhaps you should get to your task then, sister. Entertain them.
Ugh. Must I do everything?
If you insist,
What server do I play? I'm on
together.
Landroval right now.
Allow me some revelry, brother.
But I have characters on... I have characters on Arkenstone. As well. And then I have a character... Sorry, I'm just trying to get through this fight. I have characters in a kin called Raiders of the Lost Orcs in Crick, which I will be joining them. Oh man, I got the bleed. This bleed is crazy. You can see the graphics. I'm bleeding. Bleeding. 43 damage every 2 seconds. 4,300 damage every 2 seconds. This thing lasts for like 30 seconds. Yeah, wear off. Thankfully, I can actually regain morale faster than that when I'm out of combat. My main server is Launderval, which is where I'm here. I have a number of characters that I'm working on Arkenstone. Raiders of the Lost Orcs is on Crick. Alapenya and Big Ed stream that kinship. It's a level 1 to 115 kinship, so the goal is to do group content together over time, and then we'll lock ourselves at 50 and we'll do the rift and all the end game group content at level 50. That's on Crick. On Brandywine, I'm on this kin called the 40 Thieves, which is an all burglar kin, and we do all burglaring content.
5 brave little mice scamper into the cat's den. Brave.
And if that isn't enough, on
Foolish
Gladden,
little
I have a character in the kin that is named Is in the Buff, which is an all captain kin, which all upstreams. That's Mortundra. How do you? What's his name? Mortumbra. I can't remember if there's an R at the end of it or not. That's on the official channel on Tuesdays. And Alapenya also streams that on Tuesdays. So I play far too many servers right now.
I'm afraid I have no time to play with you. My great plague is finished, and it is time to rain death upon my enemies. Dulgameth, my dear.
What about you, Holland? Where do you
Come
play?
out and deal with these pests.
Come on, Dulugabeth. Pick up the pace, buddy. Root me? Oh, he did root me. I don't think I've ever seen him root me before. That was weird. That's not very nice, troll.
Persistent little mice, aren't you? As you wish. Come and face my wrath.
Don't face the wrath, face the corner. That's the trick. Face the corner for 3 bats. It's like a Jeopardy question. All right, 1 boss lady left.
You struggle against the very hand of fate, fools. I will have my justice. Gondor will pay for Sauron's death. And
I'm
you
an Evernight.
can do nothing
Very
to
nice.
stop me. Come, my pets. My greatest work is ready.
Yes, go get her. Go get her.
Let us dance, mortals. You are powerless to stop me. My plans, all my plans.
Rembenis is streaming tomorrow.
Done, but I am not finished.
Time you start, Rembenis?
No.
Like
I promise you.
10
this.
Eastern?
When you
Is that right?
think your battle's won, when you think your loved one's safe, when the horrors of Senecost are a faded memory, and I am but a lingering nightmare, then I will come for you, and yours will be a slow and painful death. Goodbye, and sweet dreams.
10 p.m. Rembenis. Rembenis and friends tomorrow at 10 p.m. Goodbye and sweet dreams, Lyrith. We'll see you in the future. 1 scroll. Man, I ran this twice. I got 1 scroll. I want more than 1 scroll. Oh well. 1 scroll we'll have to do. Man, my fishing's only at 100 on that guy. I can probably fish here though. It's not a very sporting fishing pond. Like, this guy's not even giving the fish a chance. Any advice for a new captain? Is Olip still hanging out? Olip's a pretty good captain. Captains are non-trivial classes. Redline is probably one of the easiest things to solo content with. Like if you want to just get questing done. Hey Zinger, happy Friday to you. I think I'm not sure I can give advice for a captain. I don't think I'm a very good captain. Captains are super powerful though. Keep your mark up? No. Is that captains that have a mark? They have something. Their trait lines are all captain trait lines are all very useful. Like equally useful. I shouldn't say that. Like, I don't mean to imply that there are trait lines for classes that are useless, but I find captain's trait lines are probably one of the most balanced set of trait lines. I suppose that's probably true of all. Depending on the situation you're in, you can probably find some use out of every trait line in the game, but too much to type. No worries. Yeah, I think the biggest, if you're into understanding how your skills play off each other, make sure to read. Go red as a lobby. Yeah, that's reasonably good advice. Oh, and the advice I gave Barto earlier, which I will give again. Take your time. Like, don't rush through the game. If you're new to the game. Maybe you're just a new captain and not new to the game. I don't know. Just get Kudithi to send you an in-game mail on how to play Cappy. He knows them quite well. Yes, he does. Track down somebody named Kudithi and get advice and elicit advice from him. I'm just catching junk in here. Why am I catching junk here? Like, fishing's probably too low for this area. Get your Herald of War and let him off tank for you. Yeah, your heralds are certainly useful. Oh, I know one piece of advice I'll give. I have a captain. I have just about everything but a Hethred. Doesn't that guy look like a captain? No, seriously, that's what a captain looks like. If you're gonna get a captain, you got to dress him like that. Farmer Bob here. Hellbred all the way. Yeah, it's the captain is the only class that can use a halberd. So a lot of people just say that's the only thing you can use because it's special. Does it really matter whether it's a halberd or a two-handed sword or something? I probably got really crappy gear on this. I haven't played this character in forever. Here, let's finish this quest so I can get some XP. A sea captain, maybe. Woohoo! Earn some XP. Where can I go? Oh man, I have got... Get the kites out of there. Yeah, red line for starting. Yellow line you can run if you're going to try and tank in groups. And blue line you can run if you're going to try and heal in groups. And captains can do all of those things reasonably well. Herald of War. What do I have for a weapon? Oh, I have a captain's halberd. There we go. I did it right. Let's get that captain through Langruven. All right, I'm on my way. I'm just going to run all the way there. It's just south, right, of here? I can do it. I was actually going to go to the Moors, because that's the closest training dummy I know of. Come on, dismount. Yeah, player versus player. I'm not actually going to leave town here. So yeah, probably the most important thing for a captain is understanding how your skills play off each other. And specifically... So, Sure Strike does that on this captain. But notice your fellowship gains relentless attack when used while battle readied. The easiest way to become battle readied is to use time of need. Generally, you'd become battle readied. I can get battle readied through a shout or anything like that. But if you go to battle readied and then you use Sure Strike, you get a... Wait. Oh, relentless attack. You get this buff. So here's my best tip for doing a captain is this little test that I just did. You can figure out how it works by this was Sure Strike before I had this buff, and this is Sure Strike after I had the buff. So you can actually see how much your damage goes up. Actually, you probably can't even read that on the thing. So it tops out at 1500 common damage before, and it tops out at 1747 common damage after. Plus I get a plus 10,000 critical rating. So that's the that would be my tip for captains, is that your skills become far more powerful when you use them off each other properly. Properly meaning the way the devs set it up for you to use to your, to exploit these chains of skills. So that's my biggest captain advice, is to understand all these. And admittedly, I had to work really hard to do this experiment just now, because I don't understand it that well. So I'm going to leave the Moors now, because I was just out here to hit the training dummy. Doing PvP or just questing in the Moors? No, I was just, somebody asked, you got any advice for a captain? And I needed a training dummy so that I could show them how their skills, captain skills, change each other over time. I could go out into the Moors. I would die almost immediately.
What do you need?
And use routing cry on defeat event should give minus attack duration in red line, assuming you have the trait. Yeah. Yeah, read your skills as a captain. This skill is more potent when used with a defeat event. Obviously, I can't do that. I guess I could go and try and kill something, but that's my captain. I have no idea. I should probably dust this real captain off once in a while. Reflexin. Yeah, thanks for dropping by, Reflexin. That's what I'm leveling right now is my captain for the Captain Guild on Glad. Nice. I went red. I'm level 20 at the moment. For now, I tried all classes, and I think captain is the best class overall. My question is, gets better as levels go or worse? Because for now, it's like I'm invincible. It's going to swing a bit. At least it did for me. The captain for me got tough kind of in the 40s. What am I now? Yeah, 57. I know I ended up setting up buff bars on my captain. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, they lost a very long time. Oh, there I got the defeat response. Yeah, minus 10% attack duration when you get it on a defeat response. You also heal more on the defeat response. Yeah, those buffs are generous in time. Seems at higher level it gets better. Yeah, I think I've never really taken a captain past 50. You'll have no problem. That's a very strong class. Probably somewhere like once you have like 30 or so trait points, you can start experimenting with the other lines too and see what you do. I don't know. Is there any point in doing blue if you're soloing? Or do you just end up picking at something for like an hour and constantly heal yourself? I don't know how that would work. But. My God, it's Mr. Santa Claus. That's awesome. Mr. Santa Claus is on the LotRO server. Nice. That is terrific.
What can I do for you?
What did you notice got harder in the 40s? That's where I am now. Well, it was a long time ago, so I'm trying to remember. I just remember getting frustrated in the 40s. Yeah, I agree with Zinger. I think captains are. I think you'd be hard pressed to find a group that would ever turn down a captain, unless they were all captains. But the kinship on Gladden runs like all captains all the time. So, I mean, we're going to see how well that works. We're doing reasonably well at the higher higher end content. But yeah, I don't remember what it was in their 40s that slowed down for me. Maybe I just got frustrated with the speed. Hard to say. I admit I am not much of a melee person. I tend to gravitate toward the ranged classes. Doing blue solo is probably good if you plan on sticking blue with a group, so you can get familiar with the rotation. Yeah. Yeah, just practicing it. There was a support part that made me left them for the last. I was a League of Legends player and melee support wasn't my best role. Yeah, the classes in... The only part we'll struggle with are likely instances that involve DPS rate. Yeah, that's a good point. When you have to kill something quickly, captains don't kill something quickly. And obviously anything that requires a range, some kind of range damage. There's bosses and whatnot that will do things like reflect melee or something like that. Or they'll do a ton of splash damage and then you don't want to get near them. Well, if you all have to stand beside the boss to damage it, then it's harder to do. LotRo's made all of their classes fairly self-sufficient over the years. So it's not quite as archetype as the descriptions in the wiki and whatnot would probably describe. So yeah, there's certainly a ton of support. In fact, Lore Master in groups is almost entirely support.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
Anyway, that's my captain. Admittedly, I don't have great advice. I'm not a great captain. What else can I do? Title awarded. Oh, the well met. I am now well met. Exciting stuff. My greatest accomplishment. What other alt do I need to dust off in here? Here's the hardest alt that I have. Galerod. I think this is my oldest character. And I say I think because I feel like it is, but I don't know why I would have created a warden first, since you have to buy warden extra. Wow, these roving threats. Whose idea was this? What roving threats are you doing? Don't take me wrong, I have other alts. Hunter Champ, LM Guard. The damn cap seems to be my thing. No, hey, I get it. I've played everything but a Guardian. And I always come back to I favor the Minstrel and the Hunter. You find something that you like, there's nothing wrong with sticking to it. At least with Captain, their support is basically done through doing the same skills and means you would if you were running it as DPS. Lore Master is a whole different beast. Learning crowd control and debuff stuff. Yeah, that's true of the healers too. Like my Minstrel, I got my Minstrel level cap and never ever healed another character, another player other than myself. So when you get into groups, it's like, I don't know how to heal anybody. I've never had to do this before. There's one in the middle of the Goblin camps in the Misty Mountains with 750,000 HP. Yes, there is. You're still on Gladden. I cannot help you with that one. I mean, I could, but I doubt that 2 level 50 captains are going to do any better than 1 level 50 captain against it. Lore Master was my guy, but basically because of 100 spells and the pet. So he was your guy, was my guy because of 100 spells? So you like the fact that you got like an endless spell book? It was like 10 mages together. What is this? Oh my god. Where did I get this from? I have no recollection of where I got this from. I mean, I need first age weapons. Huh. I'm just going to store that here. I think I got enough third age allies to last me a while. In League of Legends, you only have 4 spells. Probably an epic battle. I don't think I've ever done. I don't know why it's on this character. I feel like I sent it to this character. I certainly didn't do a lot of epic battles, so if I got it, if this character got it from one, that would have been by lucky chance. I do miss the movement speed of Forced March on the Warden. This guy can truck around Middle Earth like nobody's business. As I go further in levels, I wanted to play Redline and ended up dying a lot. On your Lore Master? Yeah, I'm thinking that I sent it to this dude to craft it for another, probably my hunter. So I was probably going to craft a bow for him. Those crafting thingies are important though. And then I ended up running those crazy roving threats with Drac and Zinger to get all my, and Olive. Who was all with us that day? I got all my gift giver brands. That was fun. remember how to play a warden? Let's find out. Yeah, in LM I was playing blue line. My LM is at blue line as well. You're definitely squishy when things get close to you. Hey, lots of yelling. That's right. That's right. Lots of yelling. Am I really on the epic quest in Moria? I never got around to learning Warden Masters. No, Wardens are not an alt-friendly character. And I'm sitting there at this guy. It's like, I hear people talk about how near invincible they are in Mordor. And I'm like, I should really dust this guy off and get him into Mordor. Well, I'm going to click this box and then wait 5 minutes. God mode pet got boring. Tried to be the one doing the work, went south. Now, hey, if you're a Blue Line Lore Master, all you're doing is supporting your pet. Your pet is doing all the work. But yeah, that can get a bit boring. You're basically there to support your pet. Oh, I've got a gigantic craft. Chat box. So I finished this one. Book 4, book 1. This quest log is just broken. Oh, I have a milestone to Dunharrow. Warden is very interesting. And not just because of the gambits, but also because of the gambit builders. And the gambit builders allow you to do Wait, I thought there was a... Oh yeah, battle preparation. So I can actually build up... I can build up a gambit like that. Reversal. Which is a bunch of damage. Oh, I thought that was a bleed. That is not a bleed. 1, 3, 2... Oh, I did it wrong. Now they're just a mess. But yeah, the gambit builders are interesting because you don't actually have to chain every attack skill. Instead, you can use the builders to build up gambits faster and then just fire your gambit.
For these troubles weigh heavily upon me.
And it is a lot of work and you have to remember a lot of things. The muster of the Rohirrim. Cedric.
The grim Northerners departed Dunharrow at first light.
Did they now? PetSmart. All blue line LM kinship. Oh my gosh.
Men are still arriving at Dunharrow from all corners of the Mark.
I wonder what it would look like if you had a raid of 12. A raid of 12. 12-man raid, all LMs.
Would anyone go to that haunted
And
mountain?
everybody cast all in. And suddenly you added 72 more. Because you get 6 extra pets, right? When you cast all in. Something like that. And then boom, you would just like blow up the server. Or something along those lines.
We are plagued with ill fortune. A child may have followed Aragorn into the paths of the dead. I did not mean for it to go so far. If I bring you to the entrance, will you enter the mountain and search for Elfdag? I will bring you to the dark door, and I will wait outside for you.
The Dimholt Road leads to the Dark Door and the paths beneath the haunted mountain where the dead walk. Few dare to go that way.
Kid's very brave. Almost very brave. I will succeed by myself. You know, I think I have notes somewhere that I wrote down to remember how to sick 'em. Sick 'em, not all in. Sick 'em. That's right. Best best skill name ever. Oh, except for maybe the Bjorning's revive skill is actually called Bear Up. Oh, I gotta remember my bleeds. My, I think it's... Running skills are probably 70% puns. Nice. I mean, I'm doing reasonably well in this content, but of course, they're also all gray to me, so it's not like... I could probably just stand here and auto-attack them to death. Warden is the one. I have a sheet of paper with all the numbers written out. Different types of effects like heal, bleed, defense, nuke, etc. Yeah. No, it is. It is something else. See if I can find this. So there's a, I think this is actually still accurate. This guy actually did a, this Lord of the Rings player is a data representation student. So he actually tried to figure out how to do all of the skills off of a tree. So there's a PDF that is on that page. It describes all of the skills. It is quite amazing. Only the most staunch Warden players have that tattooed. Whoops. Messed up that gambit. Warden, it's like Tekken? I'll have to take your word for that. A dying soldier. Oh no. This looks bad. We did not check this tunnel. Oh no, the child. Are you a warden? Yes. In fact, I am. We were just talking about that in chat. Watch out, the dead are everywhere, even if you cannot see them. I had a morale tap. Gambits. I'll study my warden mid-fight here. The dead retreat. Go now at once.
You are not going to tell my grandfather?
No, I will
Are
not
you?
tell your grandfather. Of course not. sort of like a rite of passage.
Exceeded your reputation this day. I ask you to travel the paths of the dead, and by
Combinations?
that way,
Yep.
come into Gondor.
Yeah, you build up. Journey to the paths of the dead. All right, I think I might have to dust this character off almost for reals this time. Maybe get moving. But for now, I'm going to go for dinner, so I'm going to end the stream here and sign off. Thanks, everybody, for coming and hanging out. That was a fun stream. Dusting off a few characters. Thanks for all the new follows. Holland MF, Barto. Appreciate it. Thanks for the bits, Barto and Olapenia. Appreciate that. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Hope you had a great week. And even a better weekend coming up. Who else is... I think I'm going to switch... Small group. LotRO stream's up, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and raid McVegan Pants. Because she's got a special event going on, so stop in and say hi to her. Awesome. Yes, thanks, Reflection. Thanks. What else? Take care, all. Make sure you stop and say hi. She's playing DDO, but it's a special event. Big anniversary thing going on. She's big into that game, so make sure you stay hi and check out DDO. Looks interesting too. Standing Stone Games, same developer as LotRO. So take care, and we'll see you all soon.